Hello everyone, you are on the channel China is Great, and in this video we will have wanted to say the most expensive cassette, but no, I already had the most expensive cassette too, but once they sent me one and it was for the XD drum. Here we have a cassette for the Hyperlight Drum 2 from Ztto then, with a range of 1150 for a 12-speed system and for my project Redhead. What kind of project is this? An MTB on 29 wheels. And you have most likely already seen previous videos about this project, and that the 12 to 12 speed system will include this SRAM coin switch, and accordingly, I need some kind of lighter cassette, so I decided to order. Probably even from the same seller who once sent me the 1150 cassette. Now let's figure it out and see what we have here. Why I want it, the first thing is to weigh. "404 grams for such a frying pan. It's just light, straight light. Its cost is the same. Yes. Such a light cassette would have an effect, and that means it's expensive in general. Yes, 7,000 for this piece of hardware. When I looked at it I thought, like, this is necessary if GX, so all GX chains are cassettes, connecting rods, but when I saw the price for a GX Eagle cassette, there's 25, in my opinion, something like that, some kind of 5-digit figure. I even pronounce it. Now these numbers are bad, so I thought, what for? I'll take it for this money, or rather, I'll take it cheaper for this, and yes, maybe the resource will be less, but it's also cheaper, but it's comparable price quality. This is, of course, all I checked. Time tested. I have a category like this in case anyone hasn't seen the playlist. There's everything I ride friends. If they ride, I can control it somehow, and the numbers at least look at the wear and tear of what's broken. At what kilometers did it break? Did it break? Is it all in this playlist? Now this is the price. Probably already more by 8, probably already selected from the link below in the description. You can go there. The seller has several colors like me, not black. There is Will Slick and Gold Gypsy, like everyone is used to it. Yes, that's what there is, and there are different ranges: 1150, 1146, and in my opinion I don't remember whether there is 1142 or not, but if you go to the seller, here's his store. There's just light for every taste, and I almost forgot he can have a set. It's the chain and the cassette that might even be cheaper. It will come out. Honestly, I haven't compared it, I haven't looked at it. You can compare it if you write something about it in the comments, and something else that's interesting. I was wondering how it's so light, how they made it like that. There's a neodymium magnet. We see that it clings to the stars. I thought maybe the big star was made of aluminum. No, it's not aluminum, it's also steel. Everything here is steel except for this part, namely the spider. We see that the aluminum one is not magnetic in it. Turns out that we've already riveted it to this spider. You know how many? 1, 2, 2. The stars we get are these big ones, and this set of stars is a solid milled one piece of steel. Just one piece of steel, and that's all there. Imagine everyone drilled it all out and did it accordingly. Because of this, we have such a lightweight cassette, and it turned out to be a couple of interesting things. Once they even wrote to me that, like, these aluminum clamping nuts are breaking off. I was like, how can you rip off the aluminum? That is, they probably screwed it up out of stupidity. Actually, really hard, but why? If you have a torque wrench, specifically indicates the figure 40 Newton per meter, and people still tighten it tighter, and, accordingly, just rip it off. That same aluminum has never been torn off, even when I didn't have a torque wrench. I don't know how strong you need to be to do this, or to rip off aluminum here. By the way, 75, I really don't know. Not true 77 thousandths or 6000, in principle, I think it won't play much of a role. Well, it's very light. In the back, we have Ztto then MTB12 sleeps 1150. Hyperlight, again for that ULT. Technology, well, like ultralight. Assembly technology, probably just in general. Such a black stylish cassette. I was thinking of taking. Will the slick then look like this? Okay. If that's something else, however, I settled on this standard black cassette. And another small nuance or spoiler and changed those who understood it was an expensive cassette for 951 for an XD drum. So I have hubs for a hyperlight. I ordered more, also a drum for XD, and accordingly I'll put that cassette there and check how it will all work. In principle I'll get 2 sets of stars, so here's a little information for you at the same time so that you don't ask later where are those cassettes, children. Chains I'm all as the kilometers approach I'm passing. I change some of them, of course, and I sell them. I won't hide what is there to hide, because why do I need, for example, 5 chains of 11 speeds? Where the hell are they? Well, in principle, you can roll them out in 2 years. But anyway, that's 2 years, by which time I'll already switch to a 12-speed transmission, which is what I actually decided to try to do now, although I already had a previous project on a 12-speed system. You can still see that there are still these tricky braids here for better chain throwing, which hints that the cassette will work with Shimano and KMS chains good. Because in some review, I don't remember about this cassette or some other one, it was written that it is impossible to set the switch. The switching doesn't work there. For example, from some star there to some star it jumps over a star and so on. And when he installed a Shimano Sky cassette, supposedly everything seemed to work. I don't know, there are many factors that can affect this. Specifically on the clarity of switching, well, let's hope, as they say, for the best. But I ask you to just hit the like bell and subscribe to the channel. If you have a red stripe, subscribe is lit. Subscribe, it needs to be written subscribe. Everything is banal. Just for this you will get a big like and thank you from me. That's all. Andre was with you. Channel China is great. Good luck to everyone and see you again.